Good morning. Welcome to Power Yoga. My name's Evie, and I'm here on behalf of the York County YMCA. Thanks for tuning in. Grab your yoga mat and let's get started. Let's come to an easy seated position and prepare your mind, clear your mind, allow yourself just to sit up nice and tall. Shoulders drop down your back and hands rest on your knees or in your lap. Go ahead and close your eyes and just take about 10 deep breaths. Acknowledge yourself for getting on your mat today. And acknowledge yourself for sitting exactly where you're sitting, taking deep breaths. Acknowledge that God gave us the breath. Let's go ahead and flutter the eyes open and make our way into child's pose. Deep breaths in your child's pose. Let your mind be at ease. Two more inhales. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Press yourself back to downward dog. We're going to get right into our practice this morning, starting with all these great grounding stretches. Feet and hands pressing down into the mat. Feel free to shake out your hips. Take deep breaths in your downward dog. And maybe even try lifting up your toes, opening your hip. And then make your way into ragdoll by walking your feet up your mat, to your hands, and grabbing opposite elbows, letting your head hang. This morning I want to challenge you to set an intention for your practice. It could be a really simple thing, maybe an I am statement, or maybe something that's pressing on your heart this morning. So go ahead and acknowledge that and take a couple of deep breaths. And then let's release the hands down to the mat, taking a little twist on either side. Walking out the hands, maybe bending the knees, shaking it out, and then rolling up to stand for mountain pose or Tadasana. Standing tall, shoulders rolling down your back. Maybe closing your eyes. Maybe keeping your eyes open, depending on where your balance is this morning or this afternoon. Take a deep breath in, reach up overhead. And on your exhale, draw your hands together, heart center. And let's join in voice, 3 ohms. Take a deep breath. Take a big breath in. Reach your hands up overhead. Let those hips come forward. Grab your fingertips and then just lean a little to the side, to the right and to the left. And then make your way down into a high plank. Push back into your heels and maybe drop your knees here for this first chaturanga. Keep the elbows close, low push up. Breath in, upward facing dog. Breath out, downward facing dog. Step or float to your hands, chair pose. And forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold, step or float, chaturanga. We're going to move back up for chair pose. Taking deep breaths along the way. And fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. High plank. Low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. And then just walk out your dog, taking a couple deep breaths. We're going to open up the hips again by lifting the toes, bending the knee. And twisting open from the hip. Take those right toes back up to the sky. Draw your knee up to your nose and step into warrior one. Let's go ahead and drop into humble warrior. Bringing hands together at the base of the back, rolling the shoulders down the back. Chest stays lifted. Take a couple deep breaths. And then bring your hands to the mat. Roll onto the back toes. Drop the back leg. Reach up. Low crescent. Make your way into downward dog. Left toes lift up. Step into warrior one. Reaching up. Humble warrior. Dropping the chest. Taking some deep breaths. And then moving all the way down into your low crescent lunge. Reach up. Downward facing dog. Let's go back into the low crescent lunge on the right side, lifting the right toes, hugging the knee to nose, and then dropping into that back leg, low crescent lunge. And here we'll take a little twist. So bring your hands into heart center. Just take a little twist. Ooh. Good morning. Back into your downward facing dog. Left toes lift up, low crescent lunge. And twist to the left. Downward facing dog. And let's check in with our child's pose. Wide knees, hips drop back. Filling up the lungs, emptying out the lungs, really pressing into the palms, pushing the hips back. And then make your way into tabletop. Let's move through some cat and cow. Inhaling to open cow pose. Exhale. And it's fine for cat pose. Connect to your breath. 3, come back into your tabletop. Reach one hand forward, pressing your opposite heel back for bird dog. And let's bring the knee and elbow together for a crunch. Let's take about 10 of those crunches. Big breaths of air. Come on, couple more. And then bend the knee and reach back for the foot, opening up the chest, pressing through that hand. Nice job. Let's come back into tabletop. Opposite side. Three more. Come on. Reach for those heels. Nice. And shake it out. Make your way back into downward facing dog. And make your way back into warrior one. And then open into warrior two. Reverse your warrior. Chaturanga, release. Opposite side, warrior one. Opening into two. Reverse. Chaturanga. Let's go ahead and flow 3 more times on either side for a total of 6. Warrior one, warrior two, flow. Taking your time to finish your flow and come back to hero's pose and just have a seat on your feet. Take a moment to let your shoulders drop down your back and your mind to clear. And when you're ready, move into Warrior Two. Inhale and reverse. Exhale into side angle. And let's go ahead and extend all the way down, top arm overhead. And then take your top arm around your back, opening up the chest, opening up the shoulder. You might even want to bind up here. Bend in your front knee. Let's see if we can practice some bound half moon. Let's go ahead and take that back foot off the mat. And if you need to unbind, that's cool too. Just getting into that place is going to activate your muscles to know to move into that harder posture. Let's go ahead and meet in a forward fold. And take a halfway lift. Breathing in and fold. Just take a few moments to shake out your torso, sway your hips. And then step or float, chaturanga, high plank, low push-up, upward facing dog to downward facing dog. Take your opposite side, Warrior Two. Reverse warrior and come into side angle. Right away, extend into your side angle. And then bind up. If you choose, we're going to work on that half moon here. Maybe you try a different kind of bind, maybe just binding one hand and guiding with your opposite hand. Or the full bind. And make your way back to forward fold, taking peace fingers around the big toes. Let's shake it out. And from that forward fold, take a halfway lift up and fold. We're going to take standing splits. So walk your feet together under your hips, press your palms or hands down to the mat, and lift one foot back behind you. You can bend your standing leg a lot here, maybe even bending that top leg. Maybe you find half moon again. Maybe you just play around with a little bit of balance. Might feel like a challenge, and that's okay. Make your way back into Warrior Two. This is practice, not perfection. I have to remind myself that many times. Just playing around. Let's reverse warrior and take triangle pose, straightening the front leg. Triangle pose. And maybe you want to take that top arm around the chest here. Maybe it's not your flexibility in your arms, maybe it's in your hips. So we'll come back to that. I know for me, I often need a lot of warm up and breath work to get into these very challenging postures. So keep the faith. Warrior Two. Settle in. Let's stretch. Reverse warrior. Coming back into triangle, straightening the front leg. Nice work. And then just gently transition to the other side, turning your front foot to become the back foot, making your way to Warrior Two. And let's open those hips to the side. Inhale and reverse. Come into that triangle pose again. Come back into your warrior two. Take it a little deeper. Reverse your warrior. Triangle pose. Okay, and then turn your toes in one direction so that your legs are standing wide. Turn your toes out and have a seat. Wide squat. And let's move around here just a little bit. Dropping the hips, shifting into the hips, rolling on the feet, and feel free to use your hands as well. If you need a little bit more, you can always lift your hips and shake your hips out. Another thing you might want to try is binding up in your goddess squat. This kind of is a great, shouldn't say kind of, it is a great way to warm up your back and your obliques to get into a half moon. Let's lift up a little bit here. And gently roll the shoulders in towards the center, alternating that twist. Oh. Feel free to even drop a hand down to the ground, just like open. And maybe you need to move your body in another way to get your torso stretched out. Feel free to take that posture. And we'll meet up in a child's pose. As you come back to your child's pose, remember your intention you set for your practice. Remember to take some deep breaths, clearing your mind. And then when you're ready, let's come onto our back, setting up for bridge pose. We're going to do bridge and wheel this morning. Just take a few moments here on your back to walk your feet in towards your bottom and then lift your hips up. Might feel good today to grab your hands, pulling up onto the shoulders. Maybe you need to take a foot up for a little more challenge. Coming to rest when you need it. Dropping the hips, maybe circling the knees or hugging your knees to your chest. And then go back up, bridge or wheel pose. We're going to complete 2 more rounds. 2. Your choice, bridge or wheel. If you've got a block, maybe you want to try supported bridge this morning. Let's do it. Don't forget that final bridge or wheel pose whenever you're ready. And when you're complete, just meet me on your back with the soles of your feet pressed together, and a hand to your heart and a hand to your belly. Catching your breath, feeling how your body feels. And then get ready, keeping your feet where they are. Begin to crunch. Let's pull the knees up and move into bicycles. And bring your feet back down to the mat. Take your pinky fingers, tuck your chin, and go for that pinky finger toe reach, alternating sides. So you're leaning to one side, back and forth, feeling those core muscles at work. Let's go for a few more. Come on, stay with it. And rest. Woo. Hug your knees to your chest and take a little bit of a stroll here, rocking side to side. Press your feet up, slide those hands under your hips. Let's flex the feet, heels to the sky, and slowly lower the legs down to the mat. Take a big inhale, lift them back up, and continue with your leg raises. Deep breath. Even if it takes every ounce of strength that you have, please keep going. Feel that body at work. Feel your breath. Notice what's on your mind here. Let's go ahead and take about 3 more. Final one. Nice. Take your feet overhead for plow pose or shoulder stand. Having fun yet? Deaf yogi or plow pose. Happy baby. All right. Let's bring the feet down to the mat. Hands come back up to the temples and crunch. You thought I was done. Nope, we got some more. Come on. Crunch it up. Keep your breath going. Bicycles. Have those knees to chest. Nice work. Rock it out side to side. And then come up onto your bottom for boat pose. Your abs are probably feeling it right now, so just bear with the move. Come on. Boat pose, notice where you are. Notice your breath. Stay lifted. Find a point where there can be some ease, maybe just noticing where you are in time and space. And let's release. Stretch it out, arms overhead. Take another deep breath. Come back into your high boat. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, low boat. Inhale, high boat. Low. High. Low. High. Low. And release. Good work. Reach it out. And then hug your knees to your chest. Rock and roll forward. Make your way to child's pose. Big gulps of air in your child's pose or your resting pose. And then make your way into downward facing dog. Right toes lift to the sky. Crescent lunge. And let's take hands to heart center. We're going to twist. Perhaps a half moon is awesome here, or twisted half moon. Let's practice again those standing like balances. Dropping back into crescent lunge. Take a big breath to reach up. And then move through your chaturanga only up on the other side. And let's twist to the side. And then start to move again. Try that half moon or twisted half moon. Woo. Knee up in crescent lunge. Wow. Got like a killer glute stretch in there. Thank you. Inhale, reach up, crescent, let it go, chaturanga. And we're going to go back and try it again. Crescent lunge. Let's come forward into warrior three. And from here, perhaps you want to try again. Crescent, or crescent, half moon, or twisted half moon. Crescent lunge, move through chaturanga, and try it on the other side. Make sure you take a couple breaths in your downward dog to really stretch out from your glutes and your back. This will help a lot in your crescent lunge. Warrior three. Nice. Finish up with your crescent, moving through your chaturanga. And then come into your half pigeon, any side you want. Ooh. Extra little glute stretch this morning. And if it suits you, go ahead and take that pigeon on your back. I'm not feeling it there. I gotta do it on my back today. Settling in, breathing. Stay for a few more breaths. And then when you're ready, switch to the other side, either on your back or facing forward, half pigeon. Coming back to that breath, feeling what you feel. Woo. All right. We're going to meet up again in seated for just a few moments to practice some meditation before we move into our balance. So starting here on your bottom, sits bones connected to the ground. Take a couple deep breaths. Maybe you close your eyes or keep them open. Respect life. The message came softly, gently, during the sweat lodge ceremony I went to in Sedona. At the end of the evening, the shaman thanked the rocks for glowing with heat, bringing their passion to evening, symbolizing passion in our lives. She thanked the wood that created the fire that heated the rocks, for giving its life so that we could have warmth, so that we could celebrate the event. She thanked the water for cooling our throats, and she thanked God for life, for each of our lives, for our lifetimes on this planet. Respect life, all of it. The world moves so fast. It's so easy to forget to respect all that lives, all that is. We get so hurried, and we take life for granted. Take time to remember that all life is sacred. All that is part of creation is a creation. And the same life force moves through us all. With all its trials, tests, worries, heartaches, and sometimes heartbreaks, life is a gift. A few short years on this planet, and we are gone. Do not spend it worrying about all that has gone wrong. You will miss the lesson. You will miss the gift of life. Respect life, all of it, and respect and honor your own. When you're ready, move back into your downward facing dog. And from your downward dog, walk forward to your hands. Take a halfway lift up. Forward fold and inhale, root and rise, sweeping the arms overhead. Draw your palms together at heart center. Take tree pose. Draw yourself back to center and switch to the other side for tree pose. coming back into your grounded mountain pose, just take a moment to acknowledge God for this being that we each possess. And then when you're ready, take dancer's pose. Opposite side, dancer's pose. Back into mountain pose, taking a moment just to bring your feet under your hips. Palms open. Deep breath. Then bring your hands to your hips. Lift one knee up and bring it out. Take your opposite hand out and up. And then bring your knee back to center. Switch your grip. Reach behind you. Dancing Shiva. We'll do that same thing on the opposite side, so you can see it from the front. Hands to hips, knee lifts, open to the side. And switch your grip, bringing your knee back to center. Look back behind you. And release. Let's go ahead and take a breath in, reaching up overhead. And exhale, forward fold. Take a halfway lift up. Exhale to fold. Inhale and rise. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Fold, inhale and rise. Eagle pose. Inhale, rise up. Eagle pose. Inhale, rise up. Eagle pose. Inhale, rise. Eagle pose. Final one. And reach back up. Unravel. Take a big stretch here. Fold forward. Halfway lift. Fold. So wherever you're at, I want you to step one foot out to the side for a side lunge. I'm just going to pause here a minute and travel over to that foot we just stepped wide. And then go ahead and bring that foot back to center. Opposite side. Stepping out wide, bending in that standing leg, walking your hands over. Big stretch. Back to center. Inhale and rise, sweeping the arms overhead and drawing your hands to heart center. Just stand tall for a moment, feeling what you feel. However you get there, make your way onto your back. Allow your arms and legs to come down to the ground. Take your right knee to your chest, grabbing it with your left hand and bring it across your body for a twist. Keep your right hand out wide. And extend your right leg long. Hug your left knee to your chest. Grab it with your opposite hand. And twist. And extend. Let's go ahead and set up for our final rest in Savasana. Taking a deep breath of air. Exhale from your mouth. Allow your mind to clear. Giving yourself the rest from your practice. Acknowledging the work that you put in. Breathing together in through the nose and out through the nose or the mouth. Let's go ahead and take some deep breaths, starting to move in the body. Bend your knees to chest and just take a few moments to wake up your back, wake up your legs and your arms. And when you're ready, roll to your side. Go ahead and make your way up to seated. Let's go ahead and breathe in, reaching up overhead. Palms to heart center. Let's close our practice with 3 final Oms. Take a deep breath. As your thumb knuckles to your forehead center for right thought, to your mouth for loving speech, and to your heart for pure intention. Thank you for sharing your yoga practice with me today. Thank you, YMCA, for having this YouTube channel. The light in me acknowledges and honors the light in each of you. Namaste. Take it easy out there. Stay safe. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much.